The US, along with the UK and other Western powers, have reached an unfamiliar point in history. They've come to the realization that their Arab proxies in the Middle East are simply incapable of securing their geopolitical interests in Yemen. Yemen's geographic location has for centuries propelled empires to fight for control over this strategic region in the Middle East. Yemen is host to one of the world's most important oil and energy checkpoints, Bab el-Mandeb, which connects the Arabian Sea to the Red Sea. Today, world powers continue to fight for control over Yemen. However, this is the first time in modern-day history that Yemen has positioned itself to take control of its own destiny. Since the start of the war in 2015, the US-backed Arab coalition has failed to secure neo-colonial Western interests in Yemen. Saudi Arabia and the UAE are struggling to bring Yemen back into the fold of its US and British partners. The international community, including Israel, view this as an alarming threat coming from the poorest country in the Middle East. They are convinced that the Ansar Allah-backed government seeks to establish a nation that doesn't recognize borders established in the Sykes-Picot Agreement of the early 1900s. The international hegemonic structure that has dominated the affairs of the Middle East throughout generations is alarmed and concerned as they reshuffle to try to regain control over Yemen. The Houthi leadership's vision is to transfer Yemen into a superpower status, with growing economic, technological, and military potential that can tip the balance of power in the region against Western interests. The US and Israel are convinced now more than ever before that the Ansar Allah government harbor broader regional geopolitical goals antithetical to British, US, and Israeli interests, policy, strategy, and influence in Yemen and across the region. The intelligence of these superpowers projects that if the war in Yemen ends with Ansar Allah in power, Yemen will become a strategic, formidable actor in the axis of resistance and will implement a foreign policy that prioritizes efforts to undercut US, European, and Israeli military options in the region. Israeli defense forces and security officials are not taking this matter lightly. They've held numerous discussions and intelligence briefings about the threat posed by the Ansar Allah government and their accumulation of disproportionate stockpile of weaponry. After years of desperate attempts by the coalition forces to bring Yemen back into the folds of the colonial powers, the war in Yemen now enters into a precarious new phase of planning and plotting by Western states. They will exert all military intelligence and resources to try to extinguish the shift in power in Yemen. To achieve this, the axis of Western powers is going to have to change the rules of engagement in Yemen in an attempt to quell the rising threat. In parallel, the Houthi-backed government too must change their strategy and embrace the art of war in order to counter the next wave of plotting and planning by the Saudi-led coalition and their Western partners who will play a more direct role in the military conflicts ahead. For the most part, the Houthis' war tactics have been reactionary. Although this reactionary method has proven some success on the ground, it will not be as successful in the next wave of military gains. Whether the Houthis realize it or not, the coalition forces and their allies are reconfiguring their military strategy and are planning to win Yemen back. They've realized they underestimated the Houthis for far too long, but they will not make this mistake going forward. In the next wave of strategic military planning, speed and adaptability will be the most crucial elements that will decide the winner and the loser. The Houthi-backed government will need to make decisions quicker than its opponents, something they have fallen short of throughout the war. Military success for Ansar Allah must be predicated on outsmarting and outmaneuvering their opponents, since their opponents are more advanced militarily. If the Sana'a government acts fast and seizes control of areas under the coalition forces, they will gain a much-needed strategic military advantage. The best way to fight off coalition forces in this war is to prevent them from attacking in the first place. Striking the enemy before they have time to think and prepare will coerce them into making crucial errors. Mistakes at this point in the conflict by either side will prove to be costly.